Wow, Fufu. You seem pretty content, young man. My biggest problem, he's usually pretty much a soft paw in a lot of respects, but, you know, he could still step on a drawing in a way that would just make the drawing crunch or crinkle. He's done that before, so. Alright. Anyway, there was a lot of subtle playing that happened with the artwork for this comic. There's a lot of expressions that are kind of important, and I wasn't quite sure about Junpei's line here. I had a sense of what it would be, or what it was going to be, but it's certainly not what I think. It's not a rote, expected sort of thing. And then, as you can tell, Yakugashi is not amused with Junpei. And one thing that I really am happy about with Yakugashi, I mean, the trouble is when you have a lot of characters, you sort of tend to fall into a, you know, you create a character to fit a certain way, and you just make that behavior, and a lot of times that behavior is very similar to other characters. But with Yakugashi, being a young 13-year-old girl who's got some developmental issues, I really wanted her to be a certain something, but I wasn't sure quite what it was. But she's sort of really coming forth here. I mean, she's got a traumatic thing going on with her mom that's got her unsettled as it is. And then in comes Junpei. And that's when you get to see, I mean, for instance, one thing I really like is the body language of her sort of hunched over, making herself almost smaller, but at the same time with a very aggressive head forward, eyes up look, which, I don't know, it's just an interesting thing to play with, and as a result of that, you know, her personality, I think, it's just fun. I know it's indulgent, and one of the problems with doing a long-running series like Megatokyo, I'm sure you've all seen comics where it's like, oh god, what are they doing, introducing another character, or another character, and there are reasons why long-running series have a tendency to start multiplying the characters, because what creators like to do is they've sort of run through exposition and exploration on the main characters, and it's not that the main characters don't have a lot to offer, it's just that they understand them and so do the readers. And when you're dealing with major characters, what you start working on is things, you have to have life-changing things that happen to those characters in order for them to stay interesting. So often you'll introduce other characters to be a particular type of foil to existing characters, or to help you know, bring out another side of an existing character, or to help explore a side character. I mean, these are rote sort of standards that, I mean, I'm not employing them because I'm looking at a list of things to do, but they sort of fit with the, I mean, what I sort of naturally want to do, I can certainly look at it and say, yeah, this is not an uncommon thing in manga. Where the fun comes in, and where Megatokyo gets to be, you know, really work, is when I sort of start playing with something that I'm fond of, or in some cases not fond of, and I sort of mix it up a little bit or challenge it to a certain extent. That's where things get kind of interesting and kind of fun, which I'm hoping I'm doing here. Yes, does it feel like it's getting aside from the normal storyline? Yeah, but what is the normal storyline with Megatokyo? So, either way.
That's me.
Oh, we had some interesting music playing in the background, but you probably can't hear it. Anyway, so, first sequence of this comic, if you're probably aware, it sort of runs through Junpei's reaction, and of course it's a bit of a spoiler, but of course he ends up running off to help her. Now, the reason that you're going to be interesting to see is why she's having that face and that reaction to what he says. Then what we're going to have is that Junpei unto the breach. As he heads off to... Hello, Kufu. Hey, how you doing? Not too much of a... He just looks irritated. I don't think he is because his tail isn't moving, but... Right, Kufu? Anyway, desk kitty will be desk kitty. So... Now what I have to draw here is there's a certain amount of, well, there's a certain amount of chaos going on in the background here. And a lot of it is, there are a lot of forces and entity parts of the stability side of Megatokyo, which, I mean, you can probably start doing some guessing on what those might be. And there's actually a lot of forces for, I mean, there's a lot of forces for chaos, of course, always are, but there are also a lot of forces for good. It balances out any story, as they say. So, I keep wanting to make this like the battered remnants of some robot toy or something. Let's see. And one thing that will come out of this is just how good Junpei is, which, of course, he's good. He's really good. He's a very capable ninja. And it's like, you know, most of the time ninja are not quite, I mean, you know, realistically speaking, if you're looking into ninja mythology or ninja stories, I mean, these are not big, bulky guys. I mean, the concept of being a ninja is, you know, it's almost like they're very wiry and very stealthy and very quiet. And Junpei is more, he's a big guy who's very capable of being an excellent ninja. But when push comes to shove, I mean, he can shove with the best of them, given his bulk and size. So, and if you can move that kind of bulk around as speedily as he does, you're a pretty capable ninja. So, okay, so I think this drawing's coming together. So, Kufu. Psst, psst. Hello. What are you up to? You happy? Really? Okay. One thing about being happy with cats, I think, it comes down to a concept of there's an equality, I think, between cats and people. You know, nobody owns anybody, really, and it's a space-sharing thing. And if you can have truce and peace between yourselves like this, you know, I think that one of the, I'm not necessarily a dog person, not because I don't like, you know, dogs or dogs aren't great, but just the personality construct of, you know, how dogs work versus how cats work. You know, how cats work better with how I like to, I mean, how I generally feel about life in general, I guess. Whereas, you know, like with a dog, I mean, dogs have a certain need to them. They are not independent creatures, and they need care for many things that they have to do, and they are also very appreciative and very loyal to it. There's a kind of a partnership that dogs get into with you that is very comforting, especially if you're you're somebody who's a little bit lonely or a little bit. I mean, there's I wouldn't call it a neediness, but there's a compatrioteness that comes with that dogs are capable of that is very comforting. I know myself when I was in college, I had a couple of rough years at college, and I had a dog that was very close to, was very important to me. Of course, and then the poor old guy got hit by a car. That was not fun. But yeah, I mean, it's. But the nice thing about cats is it's like they don't have to share, or have any need really to share their space with you. But Khufu here has chosen to sit on my desk suddenly. In the recent past couple of weeks, this is where he wants to be. This is where he wants to relax a little bit, and I got to respect that. I mean, it's a little tough if you want to get some work done sometimes. And hopefully you can try to work things out so that he can... God, you're still shedding like crazy, cat. Of course, for him, trying to find a comfortable place, leaning on the edge of the light table like that, jeez. Anyway, okay, so I think I need to... I think I make... This drawing was very much formed and in place. I need to sort of solidify a few lines, so let me do that so it sort of starts to feel more done. Oop! Oop! You knocked the paper over and they're sitting on you. Jeez. Yeah, I can live for a week and put a week's worth of food in a dog's bowl and eat the whole damn thing. Oh yeah, throw up half the time. It's true. I mean, dogs require... and I guess when I'm trying to be a little careful in saying this, it makes it sound like I'm dissing dogs. I'm not. It's a different kind of companionship that dogs need, and and cats. Yeah, you can put down enough food and enough water, and you get back, and it's like, oh, you were gone, or I mean, to a certain extent, I think they get mad. I think when Sarah and I were away for 2 weeks, when we went to Australia and we came back, I mean, our cats were mad at us. I mean, we had somebody come in and make sure that food was filled and etc. and so forth, but yeah, no, they were not happy campers. But, hey, do you mind? I need to spin the disc. Seriously? I don't know if you can see this, but... Hey, don't claw the drawing. Do you mind? Lordy. And he's pushing the drawing disc down as he said. Do you mind? You can sit there, just don't claw at me. Yeah, I have drawings in my collection here that have claw marks on them, or indentations from claws, things like that. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Yeah. Anyway, big bruiser. Let's see, it's 11:01, of course. Yeah, I have to leave in about 15 minutes, so hopefully I can get another one of these started. And because if I can, what that'll do is that'll put me in position of, especially now that I'm... Do you mind, Khufu? The switch on this light table is one of those, you sort of touch with your fingertip and turns it on, turns it off. He just ran his paw over the on switch. see here. And these action drawings can be a real pain. Yeah, sometimes. Because there's a certain amount of chaos to them, and you can be very specific about drawing everything, or you can be very loose about it. And sometimes I'm not sure. I mean, I often post to it, but if anyone remembers in an old Megatokyo, there's an old Megatokyo that goes back to, it was when Largo first escaped and came upon the Cave of Evil with the rave floor and stuff like that. If you look at that drawing from book 1, the crowd in the background is so poorly drawn that it looks like I didn't bother to do the work properly. So I mean, but at the same time, there's kind of a looseness to the way I tip. Yes. Don't give me that cute, I want you to pet me, but I also kind of want to bite you, and I also kind of want to rip up your drawings. Look. Oh. Yes. What are you doing? Oh, great. Good man. Maintaining camera discipline with Koof on the tables. Not fun, but it's doable. Excuse me. Ugh. Okay, so. Okay. Let's see. Alright, that's about the same level of completeness as this one. Okay, let's see if I can get the next to last frame started here, which I actually have a spot in place. Actually, this might actually be frame 4 now that I'm looking at it, but that's fine. Because well, not 4. Actually, there's a series of 4 frames of Junpei sort of. Okay, so this would actually be the last frame, I think. There's some kitty antics in this one, yes. There has been some, so. Including me crying out like a little frightened little girl at one point, so yes, you'll definitely appreciate that at some point. That's not quite the right expression. That's fine. But I think I know what I'm trying to do here. So let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I am definitely starting to run out of time here too. It's 11:07. 10 May. Yeah, it's because it's about 15 after. I'm definitely gonna have to. All right. Hey Kufu, you gonna keep the desk warm for me? All right. Like I said, I have to take Jack to a doctor's appointment, and the more I look at the time and what I have to do beforehand, I think I'd better get off now. But yeah, this is definitely good. When I come back, I'll draw those last 2 frames, and we should have a comic sort of ready to go here. You're going to keep my Kufu. We'll see if Kufu can keep my desk warm for a while. So, say hi, Kufu. All right. You silly cat. Well, the Kufu cam. The kitty cam. Yeah, like that's a unusual and new thing on the internet, right? It's not the fact that there are cat videos on the internet, it's the fact that a continual stream of them must be created or the internet will cease to exist anymore. So cats are just doing their duty to provide us with internets. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get some things ready here, so I'm gonna turn off the mic, and I will probably turn off the stream actually, but hey, if Kufu's being interesting, I'll let him Panther cam it for a while.